Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. I was supposed to talk about AIM for this week's video, since I hid his Easter egg in my last video. But KR server gonna make a major change to him very soon. I will bring him back once NA patched the character balance update. So let's skip to the next one in the queue, Aura. According to our 10-year anniversary survey, Aura is now our favorite character in NA server. I mean, she got so many reasons to be popular. Good performance throughout the game, Oriental theme with nine-tailed fox, adorable character setting, and also she got such a big... Our system is very straightforward as well, so you can divide her system into 3 parts. So she got 3 stages of awakening. You got the max status and enter the celestial fox form at 3rd beat awakening. Energy Ops is required for casting some of her skill or amplify the damage of certain skills. Skill linking. When you learn all part of her secret art skills, you can pop a chain skill of 4 by register only 1 skill. So overall not a complex system to understand. So let's go through all her paths now. First path, Aspara. ASP's biggest features is her mastery of the spear. She is a physical class that deals fast and powerful combo with her spear. I love casting Flying Kite for normal runs. Somehow it's very satisfying to watch her flying around and kill all the mobs. Her early game is quite nice. Her passive makes her mana quite easy to manage. And all her bravery just consume energy ops. And you gain MP when acquire energies. And also she got a really nice status boosting passive. I think her clearing is pretty nice. I will give her 3 to 4, since her skill requires some positioning and energy management, which makes her kind of unstable sometimes. Her bossing is average. I mean, her damage is okay, just the other 2 paths is better. Her mana management is quite stable. At least I don't use pot too much on dungeon or on raids. The mana refund from energy gain is quite useful as well. Her support ability is best within all auras. Good buff and debuffing, but requires a good pilot in order to pop all the effects. It will help the party adding good amount of extra damage. She's fun to play with since all the fast and smooth combo. Easy early game and mid game. Useful support for raids party. I think bossing damage is one of her downside. Heavily relies on energy to deal damage. General skill damage is a bit low for endgame content, though she still have the passive of ignoring defense, which makes up for her damage a bit. She is more of a support in this meta. She got some nerf few patches ago, and I'm looking forward to see her rise again. Second path, Devi. Devi used her Chi, aka Inner Aura, to make energy wave as her combat style. She is the DPS path of Aura in this meta. Oh boy, She spent some hard time sitting on the bench from the past patches, and she finally gets back to the meta. She got some strong passive of defense ignore, which makes her damage very decent at endgame. Her early game is not good as other two auras, since lacking good energy gain passive, and she relies on one skill for clearing, but reaching third job is where she starts to shine. Her combo become much smoother. Along with her passive, her CDR become really good at mid game, but Devi requires good amount of practice and understanding in order to become a really good character. Her clearing is 4. She got another decent clearing skill after third job. You may think she only got 2 skill for clearing, but since her CDL is quite easy to manage, 2 skill is more than enough for general runs. Bossing is her best part, though she needs some ESP and gear building to bring out all her true power. That's why you see more Devi at endgame contents compared to the mid games. So I give her 4 to 6 for that. Her energy cost is quite low. All her braveries only cost 160 MP or less, and the mana refund is quite fair too. But you kinda need to scale your max MP with ERP or EE in order to get the best result of this NPR. Supporting wise, she got 2 good debuffs, but somehow lacking party buffs. Since her debuff is quite strong, I will give her 3 for that. Devi has solid damage at endgame. One of the top magical DPS in this meta. Low mana cost and cooldown makes her easy to combo. You get great reward from scaling. You get double or even more of what you invested on her. She doesn't really have the limit of growth. She doesn't really have the bottleneck phrase to compare within all the auras. She can constantly grow without limits. She's not a easy to master type of class. You need good amount of practice if you want to main her. Her early games kind of pulls off, since it's not very fun to play with. You can consider to make one during the EXP or jump event. And also she requires a lot of late game scaling. You won't really felt her power until you're well geared, but trust me, she is the pearl that will shine eventually. She's on the top tier list for a reason. Third path, Shaki. Asterisk is a path Naruto, Aura has tamed her tail beast, Un, the 9-tailed fox, to fight along with her. I personally love Asterisk's theme the most. Her playstyle is real fun too. Her clearing is pretty good, very easy to pilot. Her mana usage is a bit high, but she got great mana resource from her passive after second drop. You won't run out of mana if soloing. You just pick up the ops and your mana and CD is good to go again, making her the easiest path to level up for early stages. But when it comes to raids or party plays, this passive somewhat became useless, since you can really pick up the ops while you are iframing on raids. Her casting is a bit slow if compared within all the auras. The ops mostly got picked up by your team member instead of you. Her clearing is really good, I would rate her as 5. She got decent boss damage in general. Moth Foxfire and Thunder are great constant damage for bossing, but not bursty enough, so 4. Mana management is great for solo, but not for team play. And her mana usage is quite high too, so I will give 3 to 5 since it's kind of unstable sometimes. She got some good supporting abilities. She can buff either bravery or strength skill for 15%. Freezing or petrifying by using Foxfire. Normally the Aztec carry would be freezing for the party, since they relies on Foxfire to DPS. But be careful to use this skill if you are just supporting. She is a good debuffer as well. Damage taken debuff, defense debuff, and the ops can give mana and CDL too. But I personally think the ops is kind of hard to pick up while you are raiding. So she is the most new player friendly path within all the auras, an all around character throughout the game. Damage and supporting in one package. Good for solo or farming in general since her clearing is very stable. Her mana management is kind of bad as a team or on raids. I mean, by the time you finish casting Fox Alley, your teammate basically wiped the substage already. Foxfire mess up with the team sometimes. You need to communicate with the team before actually using it in the raids party. Well, you got Un to fight along with you in this path, and you're kind of good at everything already. What possibly you can complain about her? Generally, Aura is a new player welcome character. You can feel her charm no matter you are making an odds or maining her. The Oriental theme sure does capture a lot of fans of this game. She is a feel of character that always been good no matter in which meta. Maybe KOG doesn't want to mess with this massive fanbase. So are you gonna try her out in game? Let me know your thoughts of Aura on the comment sections. Click the like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to get the latest update. I will see you all on next one.